I am the Lord, your God, and today I invite you to stop for a moment and listen carefully. The message I have prepared for you is not just another word, but something that can transform your life. There is a purpose in every word you will hear, a truth that goes straight to your heart. It's important that you stay with me until the end. I will bless the one who listens patiently and opens their heart to fully understand what I mean. If you want, you can let this message touch your heart while you rest. While you sleep, your mind will open more deeply and what I have to say will penetrate even further into your being. This is the time to surrender and let my word touch you. Stay until the end and you'll see how the blessings begin to work in your life. Son, I want you to listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you now. It's not just any warning, but something that could determine the course of your life in the coming days. There are times when difficulties arise without warning and life suddenly seems heavier. It is at these moments that your faith and strength will be put to the test. And, in particular, it is then that you must be prepared, alert. I know that you have faced challenges, some perhaps even in silence, and I'm here to remind you that this is not in vain. The road ahead may bring situations that you can't yet fully see, but don't be afraid. It may be that the people you love, those closest to you, are the very ones who will challenge you. And this can cause you pain. These moments can confuse your heart, leave you not knowing who to trust, and even make you question whether you're on the right path. I want you to understand something very important: you are not alone. I am with you every step of the way, even when the ground seems unstable. Your strength lies in trusting me, in knowing that I will never abandon you, even when everything around you seems like chaos. It's essential that you keep your focus on me, and not on the noise the world creates. Difficult situations don't arise to destroy you, but to test the faith you have and strengthen the spirit that is already within you. Now, there is something specific that you need to pay more attention to. I've seen that, in your circle of friends, there's someone who hasn't been good to you. Someone who, even without realizing it, is draining your energy, taking away your peace. And this person may be closer than you'd like to admit. This kind of friendship is dangerous because it gradually sucks your light, diverting your focus from what really matters. I know it can be difficult to end ties with someone you cherish, but some connections are simply not healthy for your soul. This situation is there to confuse you, to take your focus away from what's really important. My peace, the peace you seek so much, is threatened by this toxic relationship. And that's why I'm asking you, with care and love, to think about removing this person from your life. Not for revenge or hurt, but for protection. Your energy, your light, are too precious to be wasted on something that doesn't do you any good. And remember, ending a friendship that hurts you is also an act of self-love, an act of trusting that I am looking after you and guiding your every step. You may be feeling confused right now, not knowing what to do or how to act. That's natural, but don't let fear or uncertainty get the better of you. I am your protection, your fortress, and with time, everything will become clearer. The person who is draining your energy may not even realize what they are doing, but you have already begun to feel the weight of it in your life. And right now, I ask you, trust me. Trust that by following my guidance, you will be moving towards a place of peace and growth. I know that it's not always easy to identify those people or situations that take us away from the good. Often, they come disguised as something that appears to be good, but which, deep down, only brings us wear and tear. And in these moments, it's essential to be vigilant. Don't be fooled by appearances. I give you the discernment to see beyond what is superficial. So, son, stay alert. Keep your heart firmly in me, because what lies ahead may be challenging, but I assure you that it will be no greater than your ability to overcome it. You may even think that you can handle all of this on your own, but I ask you not to carry this burden without my help. I know your strengths and your weaknesses, and I know how much you can take. When it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, I'm there to support you. No matter the size of the storm you're facing, my protection is greater. And even if the challenges come from where you least expect them, I'm already working to get you out of each one. The secret to overcoming all this lies in trust. Trust me, even when everything seems uncertain. When your faith is tested, remember that it is in these moments that it grows the most. And as you learn to trust me fully, you will realize that there is no challenge big enough that cannot be overcome with my help. I am your rock, your security, and I will always be by your side, especially on the difficult days. If you are feeling pressured, tired, or even powerless, know that I am the source of your renewal. You don't have to fight this battle alone. Come to me, and I will give you rest. But for that to happen, you need to stay alert. Don't let the distractions of the world take you away from my voice. The situations that come to destabilize you have no power over you when you are firm in me. Now, I'd like you to consider something. If these words have touched your heart, if you feel you need this message in your life, maybe it's time to get closer. This may be the first time you've heard something like this, or perhaps you've heard it before, but the invitation is for you to dig deeper. Subscribing to the channel is a way of ensuring that, with each new message, you'll be ready to hear what I have to say to you. Son, you've already felt the weight of difficulties and struggles in your life. Sometimes it seems that the problems pile up, that the pressure from the world around you becomes unbearable, and you wonder if there is a way out. Today, I want to tell you something important. Every challenge you face has a greater purpose. What today seems impossible to overcome, tomorrow will be an opportunity for your growth and renewal. The difficulties that arise are not signs of failure, but of something being shaped within you. I am the one who turns chaos into order, despair into hope, and wounds into healing. Every obstacle that comes your way is a chance for me to work in your life, to show you that there is no problem too big for me to solve. What you see as a barrier, I see as a door to take you to a higher place, a place where you can grow, mature, and be renewed. But for me to be able to act fully in your life, there is something you need to do. You need to act. Don't just sit back and wait for things to change by themselves. I'm calling you to take a step of faith. There are doors in your life that need to be closed. Doors that let in negative influences, that drain your energy, that undermine your trust in me. These doors need to be locked. There are people, situations, and habits that, even if you don't realize it, are keeping you from the peace and joy I want to give you. These negative influences come in many forms. Sometimes they are relationships that no longer bring anything good. Other times they are thoughts of fear and doubt that insist on occupying your mind. Whatever it is, you need to make a firm decision to cut off these influences. It's not easy, I know. But the first step is to recognize what is stealing your peace. Then it's trusting that by closing those doors, you're making room for something new and much better. When you decide to act, when you make the decision to cut off that which distances you from me, I take action in a powerful way. The liberation I offer you is complete, and I have already sent my angels to guard your path. They are all around you, even if you can't see them. They are ready to protect you, rid you of the evil that tries to bring you down, and lead you back to the path of peace. And this protection is not temporary, it is constant. I never leave you helpless, not even for a second. I know that sometimes fear tries to take over. I know that, at times, you feel you don't have the strength to go on, that the darkness is too great, that the doubt is too strong. But I want you to remember one thing: fear is an illusion that tries to undermine your faith. It paralyzes you, makes you question my presence, makes you think there is no solution. But the truth is that my light is always stronger. No matter how dark the night, my light will always bring clarity. When you feel lost, confused, not knowing which way to go, I'm by your side, guiding you. My light illuminates every step you take, even if, at the moment, you can't see all the way. Trust that as long as you remain steadfast in me, I am making the impossible happen for you. What today seems like a hopeless situation, tomorrow will be a testimony to my goodness and power in your life. Now, I want you to think for a moment. What are the areas of your life where you feel there are negative influences? What are the fears that have been trying to dominate your heart? This is the moment to put all this before me and make the decision to act. Close the doors that need closing, cut the roots that are sucking your energy, and trust that I am ready to free you and guide you to a place of renewal and peace. You don't have to face these challenges alone. I am with you, and my angels are around you, ready to protect you, to guard you from all harm. Fear may try to lead you astray, it may try to make you doubt me, but my light will always shine brighter. The clarity you seek, the peace you desire, are within your reach. All you have to do is trust and act. And if these words have touched your heart, if you feel that something needs to change, share what's on your mind. Comment, talk about your experiences, because often, by sharing what's inside you, you find more clarity and strength to move forward. I'm here, listening to you, ready to guide you on the path that will bring renewal and peace to your life. The coming time will be a watershed in your life. I know that sometimes you feel insecure, unsure of what lies ahead, but I want to assure you that nothing happens without a purpose. Every detail of your journey is part of a bigger plan, a plan that I prepared for you from the very beginning, even before you realized it or understood it. Now, you are about to experience something that will profoundly change the course of your life. This moment has already been determined, and it's getting closer and closer. But I'm telling you that, in order to reach this moment, you're going to have to go through some challenges. I know that the word challenge can make you feel heavy or even anxious, but I want you to understand something: every obstacle that comes your way is not meaningless. They are there because they have a greater purpose. They serve to shape you, to prepare you for what is to come. And, in the end, you'll see that every difficulty you've faced has been a fundamental part of building the victory I've already promised you. You are not going through these struggles for nothing. Every battle you're fighting right now, every tear you've shed, every night you felt alone, it's all preparing you for something greater. You may not be able to see the whole picture in the middle of the process, but I do. And I can assure you that, at the end of it all, you'll look back and realize that every difficult moment was necessary for you to achieve the victory that awaits you. It's not always easy to understand why certain people come in and out of your life. Sometimes, someone you considered important walks away, and this can cause you pain, leave you confused, wondering if you've done something wrong. But I want to remind you that not every departure is a loss. Some people are only in your life for a while, because they have a specific role to play, and then they need to move on. When someone leaves your life, I may be making room for something new. And even if you don't understand it now, later on you'll understand that this change was necessary for your own good. There are times when people who seemed close to you move away abruptly. This can hurt, it can create an emptiness, but I want to reassure you. Not everyone who walks by your side has the same fate as you. Sometimes, some ties have to be broken in order for you to follow the path I have planned. Some people may have been a negative influence, others have simply completed their role in your life. The important thing is to know that when I allow someone to walk away, it's because I'm taking care of every detail. I'm freeing you from influences that, down the line, could divert you from your greater purpose. You might ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Why have people I trusted, people I loved, walked away? Son, I know your heart, and I know that these questions may be troubling you. But I want you to know that sometimes someone's departure is the protection you can't see at the moment. You may not realize it now, but I'm removing invisible obstacles, I'm taking away from you what was somehow preventing you from growing. Every move I make in your life is thinking of your good, your safety, and the purpose I have in store for you. And along with these changes also comes the promise of victory. I want you to keep this in your heart: you are not fighting in vain. I have already given you victory over the battles you now face. Even if everything around you seems confusing, even if circumstances make you doubt, victory is already guaranteed. I am the one who fights for you, the one who never loses a battle. And no matter how hard the enemy tries to bring you down, he will not prevail. What I have for you goes beyond what you can imagine. Your victory will not be ordinary, it will be surprising, unexpected. Those who tried to bring you down, those who secretly wanted you to fail, will be confused when they see what I'm doing for you. They won't understand how, even in the midst of so many difficulties, you managed to get up, how you managed to win. But I tell you, it's not by your own strength, but by my powerful hand upon you. I am the one who lifts you up when no one else believes you can get back on your feet. I am the one who sustains you in moments of weakness. Your enemies may be hidden, acting in the shadows, but nothing escapes my gaze. I know who they are, I know what they're up to. But nothing they do will prevail against you. I am your protection, your fortress. Every plan against you will be thwarted and, in the end, they will have no choice but to watch your victory, without understanding how you managed it. What they don't know is that you have something they can't see, my constant presence by your side. And I want to remind you of one important thing: while all this is going on, it's crucial that you continue to trust me. I know that, at times, fear may try to take over your heart. I know that circumstances can seem threatening, and you may be tempted to give up. But don't allow fear to divert you from the path I have for you. Fear is a weapon the enemy uses to try to keep you away from my presence, to try to undermine your faith. But I want you to remember that my light always shines brighter. Even in the darkest moments, I am by your side, and my light will bring clarity to what seems confusing. When you feel overwhelmed by fear, turn to me. Don't try to carry this weight alone. I am your strength, your security. You can trust me, even when everything around you seems uncertain. My promise to you is that I will give you victory over every battle, and that you will face nothing alone. I will guide you, protect you, and in the end, victory will be yours. And don't forget, everything that is happening now is part of something bigger. Every loss, every pain, every challenge is part of a plan that is beyond your comprehension at the moment. But trust that I'm working on every detail. When the time is right, you will see the whole picture, and everything will make sense. You'll see that behind every struggle there was a greater purpose, and that I was preparing you for something great. The people who left your life needed to leave. The obstacles that arose needed to be faced. But the end of these battles will be glorious. The victory I have for you will surprise even those who doubted you. I am already preparing the way for this victory to manifest itself, and all I ask is that you remain steadfast, trusting in me, knowing that I am in control of every detail. Remember, nothing that happens in your life is by chance. I am in charge, and what is to come will be greater and more beautiful than anything you can imagine. The victory I promised you is unfolding before your eyes, and it will be surprising, full of grace and power. Trust, son, because I never abandon you, and what I am doing in your life is something extraordinary. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to tell you now. The trust you place in me is vital for everything that is to come. Maybe you've heard this before, maybe you even think you understand what it means to trust, but today I want you to understand the power and importance of this trust in a deeper way. When I talk about trust, I don't just mean the faith of believing that I'm there for you in difficult times. The trust one asks of you goes beyond that. It's a complete, unshakable trust that doesn't shake when things don't turn out the way you expect. Trusting me means that, even when you don't understand what's going on, you still believe that I'm in control. It means that, even when fear tries to take over, you turn to me and choose to believe that I am protecting and guiding you. But for this trust to remain strong, you need to be aware of the influences around you. There are people, situations, and even thoughts that often try to undermine this trust. Perhaps you've already experienced this. There are times when you feel you're doing well, confident in yourself, and suddenly someone or something starts planting doubts in your heart. These doubts, if left unaddressed, can begin to erode the trust you have in me, like a small crack that, if left unrepaired, can grow into something much bigger. I want you to be careful who you allow to get close to you. Some people may seem harmless, but they are actually sucking your energy and taking you away from what really matters. They may not do it intentionally, but the effect they have on your life is detrimental. When you are surrounded by negative influences, by people who constantly doubt, criticize, or make you feel lesser, this begins to impact the way you see the world, how you see me and, above all, how you see yourself. These people may not recognize my actions in your life. They can question your choices, make you doubt the promises I've made to you. They subtly undermine your strength, putting uncertainty where there should be certainty. And if you allow these influences to continue, your trust in me may begin to waver. That's why it's essential that you stand firm and avoid those who try to take your attention away from me, those who want to divert you from the path I've prepared. I know it can be difficult to distance yourself from certain people. You may have strong bonds with them, or you may feel that you need to stay close out of obligation. But I want you to understand something: not all people are destined to walk by your side forever. Some play a role in your life and then have to go their separate ways. Don't feel bad about that. Sometimes you have to make difficult choices to protect your peace, your faith, and your trust in me. Trust that by turning away from influences that are not good for you, I am guiding you to something greater. I am protecting you and preparing you for the new that is to come. What I have for you requires solid trust, a trust that cannot be undermined by external doubts. You need to be surrounded by people who strengthen you, who encourage you to keep going, who remind you of my promises in times of uncertainty. And as for protection, I want you to always remember, as long as you remain focused on me, no evil can touch you. This doesn't mean that you will never face difficulties or challenges, but it does mean that as long as you are looking to me, you will be safe. I am your fortress, your unshakable rock. No matter what happens around you, as long as you keep your trust in me, I will always be by your side, guarding you, protecting you from every evil that tries to bring you down. Son, I know that life can be challenging. I know that sometimes circumstances seem to want to throw you off course, that the struggles can seem too great to face. But I want you to know that your protection is in me. When you put me first, when you choose to trust me even in moments of doubt, I'm always ready to protect you. Nothing can touch you when you're focused on me, because my presence is your security, my word is your shield. But the protection I offer you is not just physical. It is also protection for your heart, for your mind. I want to protect your peace, your joy, your hope. I want you to live fully, without being shaken by the storms that arise. But for that to happen, you need to trust that I'm in control, and that even when things seem difficult, I'm still looking out for you. Now, let's talk about something that's just as important: love, compassion, and forgiveness. These are the pillars for a new beginning, for a renewed life full of peace. I know that sometimes it can be difficult to love. People can hurt you, disappoint you, and the world can make you believe that it's better to close yourself off, to protect yourself, not to open up to others. But I want to remind you that love is the path to healing. The love I offer you is not limited, it doesn't depend on what others do or don't do. It is unconditional love, which transforms, which heals wounds and restores broken hearts. When you love, even those who have hurt you, you are allowing my love to flow through you. And this love has the power to heal not only others, but also yourself. Forgiveness is part of this process. I know that forgiving can be one of the biggest challenges you face. It may be that someone has hurt you deeply, and the thought of forgiving seems impossible. But forgiveness is not about justifying what has been done. It's about releasing the weight you carry. When you forgive, you are making space for healing to enter your life. You are allowing me to work in your heart and restore what has been broken. Compassion is also a powerful key to a new beginning. When you look at others with compassion, you are seeing beyond their actions. You're seeing the heart, the struggles, and the difficulties they face. And when you act with compassion, you are aligning yourself with me, because I am compassionate. My compassion is the source of many blessings in your life. When you act with compassion, you are spreading that same blessing to others. The new beginning I promise you is rooted in love, compassion, and forgiveness. These are the foundations for the abundant life I want to give you. When you choose to love, forgive and be compassionate, you are planting seeds that will bear fruit of peace, joy and renewal in your life. And these fruits are not just for you, but for everyone around you. Son, I know that sometimes life can be challenging, that difficulties can seem insurmountable. But I want you to know that the path to victory lies through trust in me, through the protection I offer you and through the love, compassion and forgiveness I invite you to practice. These are the foundations for the new I am building in your life. So share this message. There are many who need to hear what you've heard today, many who are facing the same struggles, the same doubts, the same challenges. By sharing this word, you are bringing light to those in darkness, you are spreading the love, compassion and forgiveness that transform lives. Son, today I want to talk to you about something that may be difficult to understand at first, but which is fundamental to your growth. The pain, suffering and difficulties you face all have a purpose. I know that it often seems that suffering makes no sense, that it's something that only brings weight and sadness. But I want you to look at these experiences in a different way. I want you to see pain and suffering as tools that I use to shape you, to transform you and take you to a higher level of understanding, strength and faith. When you face a difficulty, it can be natural to want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. The desire to run away from pain is something common to everyone. But I want to remind you that it is often precisely in the most difficult situations that you grow the most. Pain has the power to transform you in ways that you may not realize at the time, but which will become clear over time. Every challenge, every struggle, is an opportunity for you to become stronger, more resilient, wiser. Suffering teaches you things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to learn. It reveals what's inside you, it exposes your weaknesses, your doubts, but it also shows you how strong you really are. When you trust me in the midst of pain, I use these experiences to refine your character, to strengthen your faith, to bring you closer to me. Understand that suffering is never without purpose. Every tear you shed, every night you felt alone, every moment of pain that seemed unbearable, is all being used to prepare you for something greater. What you see as suffering now, I see as a necessary phase for your growth. I don't want you to see pain as something that has come to destroy you, but as something that is preparing you, transforming you. You're not the same as before, and that's part of my plan. And speaking of transformation, I want to warn you about something very important: the relationships you have. There are people around you who often act like anchors, holding you in the same place, draining your energy, your peace, your purpose. Some of these people may not be doing it consciously, but the effect they have on you is negative. And what I'm asking you to do today is to have the discernment to identify these toxic relationships. Have you ever felt drained after spending time with someone? Have you noticed that certain conversations, instead of lifting you up, leave you feeling heavier, more confused? These are signs that something isn't right. Healthy relationships should strengthen you, inspire you to be better, bring you closer to me. But those that drain your energy, that take you away from your purpose, need to be reconsidered. I know it can be difficult to walk away from some people. There may be deep bonds, shared histories, but I want you to understand that it's not selfish to protect your peace and well-being. You have a purpose that I have carefully planned for you, and no one should have the power to divert you from that path. Relationships that constantly bring pain, doubt and suck your energy are not part of the plan I have for you. Sometimes it's necessary to make difficult choices in order to protect what I'm building in your life. And don't worry, because even in those moments of decision, I'm by your side. When I tell you to free yourself from toxic relationships, I'm not telling you to do it alone. I give you the strength, discernment and peace to make these decisions wisely. I guide you every step of the way, I show you what's best for you, and I will always be by your side, no matter what you have to face. I know that some people can mask their true intentions. Someone may approach you with nice words, with gestures of apparent kindness, but deep down, they are not aligned with what is good for you. They may not have a pure heart, and this can often be difficult to perceive. But I give you the discernment to see beyond appearances. I enable you to see what is hidden, to understand what lies behind the words and actions of the people around you. This discernment is one of the greatest protections I can give you. It will free you from many problems. It will protect you from relationships that, in the end, would only bring you pain and confusion. When you feel that something isn't right, when something inside you tells you that that person isn't being totally sincere, I want you to trust that feeling. This is my spirit warning you, protecting you. Listen to my voice, pay attention to the signs I give you. And don't let yourself be pressured into maintaining certain relationships just because you feel you have to. Sometimes society or circumstances make us feel that we have to keep people around, even when we know they're not good for us. But I'm telling you now that it's better to have a few people around you who really strengthen you, who inspire you, than to be surrounded by many who silently undermine your peace and confidence. What I want for you is freedom. I want you to free yourself from everything that prevents you from fully living the purpose I have prepared for you. This includes freeing yourself from toxic relationships, from people who keep you away from what is good, from what comes from me. I want you to surround yourself with people who help you grow, who encourage you, who truly love you, just as I love you. And remember, son, that I never let you face these situations alone. When I ask you to take a difficult action, such as walking away from someone who isn't good for you, I also give you the comfort and strength to do so. And in place of those people who leave, I bring new connections, new relationships that will help you flourish, that will strengthen you and bring you closer to me. In the moments when you feel doubt, or fear tries to paralyze you, turn your eyes to me. I am your strength, I am the one who guides you through life's challenges and trials. And trust that everything I do is for your good. Sometimes it can be hard to see what I'm doing. Changes can seem confusing, even painful, but they are always meant to lead you to something bigger, something better. The challenges you face are not bigger than you. I want you to know that. You are stronger than you think, and I am strengthening you with every step. It may be that, halfway through, you feel lost or even discouraged, but don't give up. Every trial is an opportunity for you to grow, to become closer to me, to understand my purpose in your life more deeply. And whenever you feel like you're facing something that seems too big, I want you to remember one thing: I'm in control. There is nothing you face that I haven't already seen, nothing that I can't solve. My promise to you is that I will always be by your side, guiding you, protecting you and strengthening you. Even when things seem confusing, I'm already working on every detail, preparing the way for your victory. That's why I want to encourage you to remain steadfast. Don't let circumstances or the people around you make you doubt my love, my care, and my plan for your life. I know you better than anyone, and I know exactly what you need to overcome every obstacle. Now, I want to ask you a question. What have you noticed in your life that perhaps needs to change? Are there relationships that are draining your energy, taking you away from me? Is there something that you feel is not at peace, that needs to be resolved? I'm here to help you find those answers, to give you the wisdom and insight you need to make the right decisions. I know that you can often feel alone in these struggles. But I want to remind you that you are never alone. I am here, always by your side, ready to guide you, protect you, and give you strength. All you have to do is trust me, keep putting your faith in me, and I'll take care of everything. And I want you to know that this word is not just for you. You need to be wise, son, in choosing who will walk with you. Think of your soul as something precious that must be guarded with zeal. Whoever you let into your life has the power to influence your state of mind, your thoughts, and your actions. And that's why you must be careful. Remember, child, that dishonesty and a lack of transparency corrode any relationship. Whether it's with your friends, your family, or whoever you meet in your daily life, I ask you to have integrity. May your words be true, may your actions be consistent with what you say. There is no room for lies in a heart that wants to remain in my presence. And when you choose to be honest, even if it is difficult, you are building a spiritual shield around yourself. The truth protects you, son. It strengthens you, shields you from the attacks of the enemy who constantly tries to seduce you with lies, tries to distort your perception of reality. I also want to warn you, son, about something that often goes unnoticed: internal influences. It's not just what's outside that can lead you astray, but also the thoughts you cultivate within yourself. The enemy's voice doesn't just echo in other people's words. He can plant doubts and lies directly in your mind. He can make you believe that you are not worthy, that you do not deserve my love, that you are not capable of living the life I have desired for you. I want you to be vigilant against these thoughts too. When you feel that something is taking you away from me, stop and think, is this true or is it a lie? I would never put feelings of worthlessness, hopelessness, or fear in your heart. These are signs that you need to turn to me, remember my promises, and reject what the enemy is trying to plant in you. You need to learn to discern the voice that speaks to you. Not every idea, not every thought that crosses your mind comes from me. Many of these thoughts are temptations, strategies of the enemy to weaken you, to make you doubt who you are in me. And I tell you, child, you are precious to me. Every detail of your life matters to me. But you need to be vigilant, because the enemy is cunning. He knows your weaknesses, he knows where you are most vulnerable, and he will try to use that against you. That's why you must always be vigilant, always attentive, always ready to reject what doesn't come from me. I want you to examine your heart today, child. Look at the thoughts that you have allowed to grow within you. Is there something there that shouldn't be? Is there something that makes you feel small, insecure, disconnected from me? If there is, I want you to hand it over to me now. Don't let these thoughts take root in your heart. They are like weeds that choke out the good plants, that hinder your spiritual growth. I ask you to be proactive in fighting these influences. When you realize that something is pulling you away from me, don't hesitate. Come to me in prayer, give me your doubts, your fears, your confused thoughts. I will be here to give you clarity, to give you peace. There are also external influences that you need to identify. Think about the people you've been living with. Who are they? What kind of conversations have you been having with them? Are they helping you to grow spiritually, to be more upright, more just, more connected to me? Or are they, even if unintentionally, pushing you away from me, filling you with doubts, with worries that have no root in the truth? Son, I have given you discernment, the ability to see beyond words, beyond appearances. Use this discernment. I have given you wisdom so that you know how to choose with whom you should walk, with whom you should associate. Don't neglect this. You don't need to be afraid to distance yourself from influences that are not good for you. I will be with you, guiding your every step. What's more, you also need to be aware of the influences of what you consume. Not just in terms of personal relationships, but also what you choose to watch, listen to and read. Everything you absorb leaves a mark on you, son. I want you to take care of your heart and mind like a precious garden. Don't let anything in. Be careful. The enemy can use even the most subtle means to plant wrong thoughts in you. He can use entertainment, music, anything you consume, to divert you from the truth. I want you to guard against this, to be diligent in filtering out what you allow to enter your mind. The truth is your shield, son. And the truth is what protects you against all these influences, both external and internal. If you stand on the truth, if you choose honesty in all aspects of your life, you will be protected against the traps that the enemy places in your path. And when you feel tempted to stray from this truth, when you feel that you are being influenced to act contrary to the values that I have taught you, remember, I am always here, ready to help you get back on the right path. I want you to be vigilant, child. There is no room for carelessness in your spiritual life. Every decision, every choice, every relationship you build has an impact. And I am here to help you discern what is good, what is true, what is just. I will never leave you alone on this journey, but you need to do your part. You need to be proactive in keeping your heart and mind connected with me, and in rejecting everything that tries to lead you away from my truth. I know it's not always easy, son. I know that there are times when you feel overwhelmed, when it seems that the world is full of negative influences, of lies, of dishonesty. But I say to you, do not fear. If you remain in my truth, if you choose honesty, integrity, if you surround yourself with people who share these same values, you will be protected. And I will be with you, supporting you, guiding you, strengthening you every step of the way. The real battle you face is often not around you, but within you. It is in your heart and mind that the greatest struggles are fought, those that define the course of your spiritual life. Many look outside, looking for external enemies, difficulties, challenges from the outside, but I tell you that the first battlefield is within you. You fight against your own thoughts, desires, and inclinations. It's these internal conflicts that can take you away from me or bring you closer to the light. There are times when you feel lost, confused, not knowing where to go or how to act. These doubts, this uncertainty, is a reflection of a spiritual battle going on inside you. The enemy knows your weaknesses, he knows where you are most vulnerable, and he uses this to make you fall into temptation, to make you believe that you are alone, that you are not capable of winning this fight. But I tell you, son, you are not alone. I see your every thought, I know every detail of your heart, and I am here to help you win this internal battle. This renewal that you so desperately need begins with a decision, the decision to give yourself completely to me, to trust me above all else. Often, you try to overcome these struggles with your own strength, thinking that you are capable of dealing with everything on your own. But this battle, child, is not yours to fight alone. I am here, I always have been, waiting for you to come to me so that I can strengthen you, so that I can guide you. When you choose to trust in me, you allow true spiritual renewal to take place. You allow me to renew your spirit, to restore your strength, to calm your mind and give you peace. Renewing the spirit, child, is not just a one-off act. It is a daily choice. Every day, you are faced with challenges, with temptations, with thoughts that try to draw you away from my presence. But each day is also an opportunity for renewal. Every day is a new chance to connect with me in a deeper way, to allow me to work in your heart, to let me transform the areas of your life that need to be changed. I tell you that this renewal is not something that happens from the outside in. It begins inside you, in your spirit, and is reflected in every aspect of your life. And when this renewal happens, you become capable of winning any internal battle you face. You begin to see the world with different eyes, with the eyes of faith, with the eyes of someone who trusts in me completely. You realize that many of the struggles that used to bring you down no longer have the same power over you. When your spirit is renewed, you are strengthened to face challenges with confidence, knowing that I am with you, that I will give you victory. But I want you to understand something, child, true victory, the kind that lasts, can only be won when you align yourself with my principles. There are many false victories in the world, many empty promises that seem good at first glance, but which ultimately lead you into darkness. The enemy knows how to deceive you with these false victories. He offers you shortcuts, easy paths, quick fixes that seem to solve your problems, but which actually lead you away from me. These victories are not real. They are illusions that trap you ever deeper in darkness. The victory I offer you, however, is different. It is a victory that comes with peace, with true joy, with the certainty that you are walking on the right path. This victory is not won by human strength, but by your trust in me, by your total surrender to my plan for your life. When you choose to live according to my principles, you align yourself with my will, and this brings you a peace that the world cannot offer. Even in the midst of difficulties, even when everything seems to be falling apart around you, you can be sure that I am guiding you to true victory, a victory that will not be taken away from you. I want to warn you, child, about the promises of the enemy. He will try to seduce you with false victories, with solutions that seem good, but which, deep down, distance you from me. He will make you believe that you can achieve what you want without my help, that you don't need to follow my principles to succeed. Don't be fooled by these empty promises. They will only lead you into darkness, confusion, and despair. I am the light that guides you to true victory, the one that is lasting, the one that will bring you real peace and happiness. And I want you to know, child, that even if you have turned away, even if you have believed the lies of the enemy, I am here, ready to welcome you back. My mercy is infinite, and I will always be willing to forgive you and guide you back to the right path. No matter how many times you have fallen, no matter how many times you have believed the enemy's false promises, I will always be here to reach out to you, to lift you up and show you the way to the light. If you are trapped in something that distances you from me, if there are ties that bind you to evil, I say to you today, it is time to free yourself. I am calling you to leave behind everything that prevents you from living fully in my presence. The enemy wants to keep you bound in chains of fear, guilt, and despair, but I offer you freedom. I offer you the chance to break these bonds and live a new life, a life full of light, peace, and love. I want you to know that there is nothing you have done that is too big for my forgiveness. There is no sin, no mistake, no estrangement that I cannot redeem. My love for you is unconditional, and my mercy is infinite. If you are willing to repent, to return to me with an open heart, I will be here, ready to welcome you, ready to give you a new chance, ready to free you from the ties that bind you. But you need to want this liberation, child. You need to be willing to give yourself completely to me, to trust me, to leave behind everything that distances you from me. The enemy will try to convince you that you are not worthy, that you do not deserve my forgiveness, that you are trapped forever in the chains he has placed on you. But I tell you, these are lies. I am greater than any sin, than any mistake, than any chain the enemy has put on your life. And I offer you the chance to free yourself today, right now. All I ask of you, child, is a repentant heart, a heart that wants to live in the truth, in the light, in the peace that I offer. If you are willing to follow me, to trust me, to surrender all your worries to me, I will guide you out of darkness, out of despair, and lead you to a life of freedom, of love, of true victory. The battle is real, son. The enemy doesn't want you to know it, but you have a choice. You have the power to choose the freedom that I offer. Don't allow the enemy to keep you trapped in his lies. Come to me, trust me, and I will show you the way to true victory, a victory that is lasting, a victory that will bring peace to your heart and soul. I am here, child, waiting for you, ready to set you free, ready to guide you. You think that to live a meaningful life, you need great achievements, grandiose gestures, visible and immediate changes. But I tell you, the true beauty of life lies in simplicity. It's not in the great achievements that you find my purpose, but in the small gestures of kindness, in the just decisions that you make silently, without expecting recognition or applause. It is on this path of simplicity that you align yourself with my heart. You were created to live a life of gratitude. Every day, every breath, every little blessing you receive is a reflection of my love for you. Even when you don't realize it, I am surrounding you with my grace. When the sun shines, when the rain falls, when you experience the warmth of a true friendship or peace in a moment of silence, it is I who am giving you these gifts. And it is important that you learn to value these blessings, because it is in gratitude that you find true contentment. Many people spend their lives searching for more wealth, more success, more recognition. But the more you chase after these things, the further you move away from what really matters. When you decide to live simply, you make room for me to work in your life in ways you can't even imagine. You realize that you don't need much to be happy, that the real treasure lies in living according to my principles, in sharing love, in practicing kindness, in being fair in your daily decisions. These small acts, child, are like seeds that you plant along your path. Often, you don't see the immediate impact of what you do, and this can discourage you. But I assure you that every action of love, of kindness, every time you choose to do good, even when no one is watching, it has eternal value. Don't underestimate the power of a kind word, a generous gesture, a just decision. In your eyes, It may seem small, but in my eyes, every act of kindness is like a flame of light that illuminates the world around you. And even if you don't realize it, I am guiding you. My angels are by your side, protecting you, showing you the way, helping you to make the right decisions. They are here to remind you that you are never alone, that even in the moments when you feel lost, disoriented or directionless, there is a divine plan for your life, and you are part of that plan. It doesn't matter how insignificant you sometimes feel, or how small you believe your contribution to the world is. You have an important role in my plan, and I am working in your life to bring you to fulfill that purpose. You are loved, child, in a way that goes beyond your comprehension. And that is why I invite you to live this life of simplicity, gratitude, love and kindness. Because this is how you get closer to me, this is how you find peace amidst the chaos of the world. When you choose to live this way, you allow my light to shine through you. And this light has the power to transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. I know that the path of kindness, justice and love can often seem difficult. The world tells you that happiness lies in great achievements, material possessions, fame and power. But these are illusions. True happiness, true contentment, lies in living according to my principles. When you choose kindness, even when it's difficult, when you choose to be just, even when no one is looking, you connect to my divine plan. You allow my grace to flow into your life, and that is where you find the peace that the world cannot give you. There are many things you don't see, but I see everything. I see the effort you make to choose the good. I see every internal struggle you face to keep your faith, to keep trusting in me, even when the circumstances around you seem to tell you otherwise. And I am with you in each of those moments. I see what you don't see. I see the impact of every little act of kindness you do. Even when you don't realize it, these actions are touching hearts. They are planting seeds of light and love in the world. I tell you, son, your efforts are not in vain. Every time you choose good, even when it seems insignificant, you are contributing to something greater. You are part of a network of love, kindness and justice that I am weaving in this world. My angels are by your side, guiding you, protecting you, helping you to make the right decisions, even when everything seems confusing. Trust them. Trust in me. You don't need material riches to be great in my eyes. You don't need human applause to be valuable. All I ask of you is a heart willing to do good, a heart willing to follow the path of simplicity, gratitude, justice and love. When you choose to live this way, you are living the life I have called you to live. And I'll tell you something else, you are part of a plan that is much bigger than you can imagine. Don't think that your days go by unnoticed. Don't think that you're here by chance. Your every step, every decision, every choice is being guided by my hand. My angels are by your side, protecting you, showing you the way, helping you to stand firm even when you feel weak. Don't doubt it, son. You are being guided and I am with you in every moment. The life of simplicity that I invite you to live is not a life of poverty or renunciation, but a life of peace. When you learn to live with what is essential, when you focus on what really matters, love, kindness, justice, you find a joy that the world cannot give you. This is the joy that comes from knowing that you are living according to my purpose for your life. And I want you to know, child, that no matter where you are today, no matter what you've been through, there is always an opportunity to align yourself with my plan. If you feel that you have strayed from the path, I am here to bring you back. My arms are always open, ready to receive you, to guide you back to the path of simplicity, gratitude, kindness and love. I never leave you, and I will never abandon you. I created you with a purpose, and that purpose doesn't change with circumstances. When everything seems uncertain, when your strength runs out and you feel you have nowhere else to go, that's when trust in me becomes most necessary. I won't abandon you, even when you don't perceive my hand at work in your life. Every situation, every challenge you face has the potential to bring you closer to me, to shape you according to my principles, to make you stronger and wiser. Trust, child, doesn't mean having all the answers or knowing exactly what to do at every moment. Trust is knowing that, even when you don't understand what is happening, I do. Trust is believing that, even when everything around you seems out of control, I am in control. And I promise you that if you trust in me, I will lead you along paths of peace and life, even when these paths seem, at first glance, difficult and uncertain. There are times when temptation comes into your life, trying to lead you away from my principles, from the values that I have placed in your heart. These moments are critical, because it is in them that your fidelity is tested. When you find yourself faced with choices that seem to offer a quick solution, immediate relief, but which, deep down, take you away from me, remember what I teach you. Temptations are deceptive, they promise you satisfaction, but lead to pain and confusion. The enemy tries to blind you with false promises, offering you shortcuts that seem easier, but which actually lead you away from the path of life that I have prepared for you. Son, I encourage you to be firm. Don't give in to the temptation to compromise your values for something that seems easier or more advantageous at the moment. The promises of the world are empty, fleeting, but what I offer you is lasting and true. Temptations can come in many forms, in the words of others, in the thoughts that arise in your mind, in the circumstances that seem to pressure you to make decisions that you know are not right. But you have the strength to resist, because I give you that strength. If you keep your eyes fixed on me, if you remember who you are in me, no temptation will be great enough to bring you down. I'm not asking you for perfection, son. I know that, on your journey, you will make mistakes. I know that there will be times when you fall, times when you feel that you have failed me, yourself and those you love. But I am not a God who condemns, I am a God who restores. I encourage you to learn from your mistakes, to look at them not as definitive failures, but as opportunities for growth, as chances to learn more about life, about yourself and about what I want for you. When you make mistakes, don't turn away from me.